Would you believe this article that I'm about to read? And it seems like the question that I'm asking as I begin to read this article, are the Democrats deliberately trying to sabotage the 2024 re election of President Joe Biden? According to Politico, the Senate votes to torpedo Biden's student debt relief plan amid veto threat, with millions of individuals being hard pressed to survive in this economy. It seems like you have a handful of so called moderate Democrats who have joined in with Republicans to stop the student debt relief program or the forgiveness program from taking place. So let me read this article to you from Politico. Quote, a handful of moderate Democrats joined with Republicans to rebuke administration's loan forgiveness plan. The Senate passed Republican led legislation Thursday seeking to overturn President Joe Biden's plan to cancel up to $20,000 of student debt relief for tens of millions of borrowers, setting up a promised veto from the White House. On a 52 to 46 vote, the Senate gave Congress final approval to the measure to nullify the debt cancellation program and repeal the freeze on student loan repayment and interest. Democratic rebuke, moderate Democrats teamed up with Republicans to pass the legislation. You need to know who these people are. Democratic Senators Joe Manchin from West Virginia, there's no surprise there. He's always opposing everything that's decent and good when it comes to the Democratic Party. And Joan Tester from an independent Senator, Kristen Siena from Arizona, voted in favor of the measure. Meacham blasted Biden's student loan program this week as a reckless plan that adds too much to the national debt. In a statement explaining his vote, Meacham said it also forces hard-working taxpayers who already paid off their loans or did not go to college to shoulder the cost. Senator Michael Bennet, a Democrat from Colorado who has previously criticized Biden's student debt relief, did not cast a vote. Senator Mark Warren, a Democrat from Virginia, also did not vote. The legislation, which the House passed last week, now heads to Biden, who the White House said plans to defend his signature student loan forgiveness policy and veto the measure. The legislative rebuke of Biden's plan to cancel debt relief is largely symbolic. Senate Republicans used a process that allows it to pass legislation to undo recent regulations with a simple majority vote, but neither the House nor Senate passed the measure. With the two-thirds majority that would be needed to override Biden's veto. Senate Minority Whip John Thune, the top Republican vote counter, acknowledged on the floor Thursday that Biden's veto would be sustained. Unfortunately, the president is guaranteed to veto the measure, and there are not enough Democrats in the House and Senate to be willing to override his veto, he said. The standalone legislation passed by the Senate on Thursday won't become law, but Congress is separately still poised to end the long-running pause on federal student loan payments and interest. The Senate on Thursday began debate on the deal that Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, listen to this carefully, Biden and McCarthy, they reached an agreement to raise the debt ceiling. That bill, which passed the House on Wednesday night, would terminate the Education Department's suspension of federal student loan payments and interest on August 30th. The question is, why? Why are the Democrats so eager to side with the Republicans who cannot stand them when it comes to anything? The Democrats better be very careful. There's a major election coming up in 2024, and they cannot and they will not win the White House again without the support of the long-standing, faithful black voters. It's not going to happen. You know, a lot of you all out there tonight, people laugh when they think of the idea that Trump cannot become president again. You better think about it. You all didn't think he could become the president the first time, and he did. And don't think that history cannot repeat itself. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender, never quit.